Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is actually my first official video if you don't count the channel introduction. But this was kind of just my opinions and thoughts on my experience so far in VRChat. And I have kind of two sections to this video. The first one being my experience as a PC player on a desktop, and then my experience as a PC player using a VR headset, because I can tell you they're very different experiences. So I've been playing for about a month and a half now, and I feel like I've gotten a good enough experience to be able to comment on it. It's probably one of the most unique games that I've kind of played before. It's very similar to a game called Second Life, which was released in 2003, and obviously this game was released way back, I think it was 2016, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was released a while ago. And the main difference between the two games is the 3D models, the avatars, and the abilities of the avatars to interact with kind of local objects, but the premises is the same. It's a social game. That's what it's for. It's to socialize. And obviously with the introduction of VR, it became a more immersive and engaging kind of game, more so than Second Life. And I have played Second Life before, but I found this to be a lot better in terms of the social experience. The servers on Second Life are dead. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is my experiences on VRChat. So, from the off, I have to say that it has been quite a positive experience. And obviously, because it's a social-based experience, it's obviously going to be different from games such as CS:GO or Rainbow Six, or kind of social-based platforms such as Xbox Live or PlayStation or Steam, whatever. In that way it's unique. It's entirely purposed for socializing with other people, and I think for me it's been an interesting experience to engage with other people virtually, and it's been fantastically enjoyable. But what I have to say is that it's, as with everything, there's a whole mix. So when I started playing on desktop, I found my experience to be quite limited. So I couldn't move my hands like I am right now. I can't do all this. And when I finally got a VR headset, I found that it kind of unlocked a whole load of opportunities for me. But that doesn't make it any less fun. On desktop I made some friends and I was playing games, and when I went into VR, like getting a headset, I found that it was even more enjoyable. The social aspect of it is really important, and I think it's just that idea of using real life conversation skills to engage with people in the game. So if you have conversation skills in real life, then let's be honest, you're gonna be pretty good. But otherwise, you can learn them here, and I think that's great. There's a whole host of people here, and in some way you can choose who you meet. So, if you can meet similarly minded people. So speaking on my experiences in VR, I have to say that it's been more positive than I was when I was playing on desktop. As I mentioned before, this game is primarily for VR users, but desktop can join in too. But when I started using this in VR, I felt like I could see the game in a whole different manner. It became, the world was popping out at me, and people would socialize better with you. I can give high fives, and I can control my hands better, and I felt like I can relate with my avatar more, and that's what really, kind of gave me some kind of addiction to this game. And I think it certainly helped with the lack of social life, the real life social life that a lot of people have been missing, especially during lockdown. And I've really enjoyed engaging with people, especially in the Black Cat, and going to open mic nights, and it's pretending, that's what it is. But you got role playing, going for a drink, or being at a comedy event, or playing games like board games. And the other night I was playing Laser Quest. Come on. But I think this is the kind of game that you want to start playing on desktop, see if you like it that way, and then that it's right for VR. And if you already have a VR headset, then that's fine. Just try it out. It's free, but I think people engage with you, and this is from my personal experiences, they engage with you more if you're using a VR headset, mostly because they feel like they can actually physically reach out to you, or they can wave, or they can the mouth, it's small things like the mouth moving with hands at the same time, which makes everything seem really dynamic, and it makes people more comfortable to speak to each other. Because if you're now, whilst I was talking about all of that, it's important to remember that you don't have to be social in this game. You can create a private world and just hang out in there and enjoy the experience because it's VR, purely because it's VR. And you don't have to engage with random people either, because you have friends, and the social interface of this whole game, so the actual kind of menu that you can go into is very user friendly, and the options that you have for engaging with people, so that's like blocking their avatar, their mic, or just everything, is really useful because it gives the kind of privacy back to the user. So if you don't want to talk to anyone, but you still want to see people, you can mute everyone. Or if you just want to be in a world on your own, you can create a private instance. That's an instance, if you haven't played before, that's like a world in which you can record videos like I am doing, or you can just vibe like on your own, or you can have like friends over and make it private. And it's very important to to use that, because it's at our disposal, and you shouldn't feel compelled to always be social and always be talking to someone, because obviously, well, you don't always feel like talking to someone. But my experiences have been so far positive. It's mixed as well. Some people are quite toxic, but you get that with every kind of fan base and game, so that's kind of to be expected. But I think the variety of people that I've met on here is fantastic, and it's given me more insight, and it's going to give me accessibility to some kind of social life during a lockdown that has kept us so tightly inside. Now obviously that's just a whole wall of information there, and I don't expect anyone to take much away from this, but if you're still here and watching, then the one thing that I suggest you take away from this is you won't know until you try. And so I encourage you to actually play the game, and regardless of whether you're anxious socially or socially awkward, or if you are a social butterfly, this game's for everyone. And it's important to know that the developers aren't doing this for free either, and the game's got glitches, it's got bugs, but what game doesn't? And this is fantastic that you can get this for free, and you can engage, and you can talk to people, and you can do all the crazy stuff that you can do on such a level. And I think that it's important to remember that there's no excuse for not trying this game. But I think I'll leave it there for today, so thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.